have been on my weight loss journey for around 2 years, but I've honestly seen the most significant change in the last 6 to 7 months. I've lost over 40 pounds naturally, whoop whoop, for a total weight loss around 40 pounds. So I've learned a few things and I'm continuing on my journey. I'm not at my goal weight yet, but I'm very much proud of my progress and how far I've come. So I wanted to give you guys some tips that have helped me lose 40 pounds in the last 7 months, and hopefully you find some of this helpful. But we're gonna start off really strong, and a lot of you guys aren't gonna like this and are gonna change away from the video after this, but I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Tip number one is alcohol is poison. Stop drinking it as much as you can. There's literally no benefits in it, and yes, I am now in my 30s, so my body does adjust differently to alcohol than it did in my 20s. But when I cut out alcohol from my diet, I saw a significant change. For one, there's nothing worse than drinking your calories. And I didn't realize how much calories are consumed in alcohol drinks. It was a complete game changer for me. Also, I stopped feeling like shit. I don't think I was like a super heavy drinker, but in context, I was very much a social drinker. So whenever I would go out, I would get a drink. Even if I necessarily didn't even want to drink that night, it was more about just being around people and holding the cup in my hand and making me feel like I was included. And that's stupid. It's ridiculous. And it was just not contributing to my weight loss journey. Like, I would be working my ass off during the week in the gym, and then I would just drink on the weekends, and all of my effort just was canceled out immediately. So avoid alcohol as much as you can. My next tip that helped me on my journey was eating slower. And I didn't realize how much I just sat down and fastly consumed my food. Eating slowly really, first of all, it helps your food digest. It helps you be more present in what you're eating, actually tasting the food and savoring the food. And I just feel like it helps with the weight loss journey as well, because you're just not like mindlessly eating. Third thing that really helped in my weight loss journey, and I don't want to sound crass or rude when I say this, but I keep it 100 on this channel, and I'm speaking from my personal experience on my personal weight loss journey. And that is that sugar made me fat. Point blank, period. Like, I have had a sugar addiction for as long as I can remember. My earliest, fondest memories are my mother taking me to Ralph's, and you know, the candy aisle section where you can get the little scooper in the plastic bag and you can scoop your candy into your bag. I have fond memories of those. That's like my earliest childhood memory. And candy is addictive as hell. I used to eat like multiple candies a day, and I wasn't even realizing how bad that was for me. I would go to the store and I'd be like, okay, I need some M&M peanuts, but ooh, I have to also have a lollipop, and that shit adds up. It was my candy addiction was crazy. If you ask anyone that knows me in my personal life, I always had candy on me. Similar to a drug dealer that always has like a stash of drugs on them, I was that for candy. Sugar in general will just completely not contribute towards your weight loss and your journey. It's highly addictive. It's not good for you. There's no nutritional value in it, and it's just not helping your progress. You have to understand that most of your fitness journey in terms of weight loss is about what you consume and what you eat. You can be putting all the effort you want into the gym, but if you're eating trash and you're eating sugar and junk food and all that, you're not going to reach your goals. So I would say cut out sugar as much as you can. Now, to be clear, there's sugar in everything. Like, there's sugar in salad dressing. Fruit is high in sugar, but it's about the type of sugars that you're putting in your body. All right, next tip that really changed the game for me was realizing that exercise is like an antidepressant. Truly. It can have so many benefits in your life if you are struggling with depression or you are struggling with anger or moodiness. And I know this from firsthand experience. Like, I have always been extremely moody. I have dealt with anger most of my adult life, and when I started being consistent in the gym and working out, a lot of that stuff went away because I was putting so much energy into fitness and getting better and challenging myself. And trust me, next time you're pissed off, next time someone really just makes you angry, go to the gym and put it all in there and run and slam the weights and lift heavy, and I promise you, you're going to feel 1,000% better. As someone who suffers from moodiness, I am a moody girl, true and true, always have been. Once I started working out consistently, I felt lighter and I wasn't complaining as much, and it really just was a game changer for me. So I would say remember that exercise can be an antidepressant. Next tip is cardio burns calories, weightlifting boosts metabolism. And I know that this is from my personal experience as well. When I first started on my fitness journey, I just wanted to do cardio. I was just like, I need to run on the treadmill. I need to do Stairmaster for an hour and a half. That's all I have to do. And I still do cardio. I'm a huge advocate of cardio. I do it at least twice a week, and I think it's really great. But you have to keep in mind that weightlifting helps build muscle and it helps you burn more calories as well, which will help you lose fat. And I think that in the perfect world, you should do hybrid training and combine both. I think that it's important to weightlift and do cardio so you can have a healthy heart and you can have longer endurance, things like that. But weightlifting, lifting heavy things and getting stronger each time, it literally helps burn calories. So all I'm just saying is you don't have to kill yourself with just doing cardio. In the perfect world, I think you should do a hybrid situation where you're doing cardio and weightlifting. Another tip that helped me on my journey was the realization that I can't spot reduced fat. You see this all the time on social media, especially within the fitness community, especially with fitness influencers. It's like, hey, they'll pull up their shirt and be like, do this to get abs. And yes, you can do those exercises to work your abdominal, section and all that, but you can't spot reduce fat. There's not this one exercise that you're gonna do that's going to make your butt grow. You lose weight when you're training, you lose it everywhere. When I lost 40 pounds, I had a lot of fat in my midsection. I definitely lost fat there, but I also lost it in my back. I also lost them in my breasts. And there wasn't one particular area that I could just focus on. Like, okay, I want a juicy booty, but I want to keep my stomach the way it is. So I'm just going to focus on the juicy booty. Like, when you lose weight, you're going to lose it from different areas, and that's okay. Another tip that really helped me was the realization that I could eat as many vegetables as I want. And I know that might sound ridiculous, but I'm saying that I would have like a tiny little section of vegetables and then a lot of carbs and then some protein. But I started putting a little bit more vegetables, definitely more protein and less carbs, and it definitely helped keep me full. And I just felt lighter, and I didn't feel like I was super heavy afterward because of all the heavy starches and stuff that I was eating. Another tip to change the game for me is drinking sparkling water instead of juices and things like that. So me and my husband, we kind of completely cut out juice. It's not in our house. We don't purchase it at all. We don't get it when we're out. Sometimes I want something carbonated, right? I want that sizzle. I want it to go like this after I drink something, right? So sparkling water kind of does that for me. And they come in different flavors and they're 0 calories, okay? It's a win-win. So if you like juice, if you like soda, and you're really struggling on your weight loss journey to cut that out, try some sparkling water and see if it helps. Another tip that really changed the game for me was brushing my teeth after my last meal. Think about the psychology of it, right? If you had just finished eating for the night and you're kind of winding down and you brush your teeth, it's gonna be a lot harder for you to snack because you're all minty fresh and you're like, okay, I don't want to brush my teeth again. So that definitely helps if you are kind of like a snacker like I am. I'm definitely an avid snacker. I had to cut out snacking a lot to lose a lot of weight because it really doesn't add anything, especially if I'm trying to be in a calorie deficit. But if you are brushing your teeth after your meal, you're less likely to eat again. Now, this next tip might not be for everybody, but early in my fitness journey, like within the first year, I used to do this all the time. And I don't know, it definitely helped me personally. And that was taking cold showers in the morning before my workout. And look, I get it. Some people are like, why would you take a cold shower willingly? Like, that's like torture. But for me, it helped a lot. It helped wake me up. What I would do is I would wake up and go straight to the shower, like a zombie almost, and turn the shower on, make sure it's on the cold, hop in, and then after a couple of seconds, and once that cold water hits you, I became more alert and also started to look forward to it. Honestly, I would put like ambient music on, and it definitely helped me get into a routine and kind of like start my day. So I would say maybe try some cold showers out and see if it helps you become more alert and kind of activate your workouts. Now, this next tip might seem pretty obvious, but honestly, it wasn't obvious to me at all. Is the quality of your food is going to affect how you feel. Looking back, I feel really naive that I didn't realize that. I would say the first year of my fitness journey, all I did was work out. I was consistently in the gym, but what I wasn't doing is eating right. So I would work out as hard as I could, and then I would eat like shit. I would just eat whatever I want, and I rationalize, oh, I'm putting so much work in the gym that I deserve this treat. And it often would leave me feeling bloated and gross and gassy, and it just wasn't working. I realized that food has a direct correlation to how I felt in my body. And I've seen this firsthand. Like when I stopped eating sugar, excessive amounts of sugar and candy, I was less moody, I was less snappy, I had less headaches all the time. And that sounds crazy. I would think like, "Oh, maybe this is what's making me feel this way," but it just didn't connect with me because it's all I knew. It's all I had ever done. I've eaten candy since I was a little girl. So I didn't realize how much the food that I'm putting in my body has direct correlation to how I'm feeling. Another tip is eggs can be a superfood, right? Especially if you are starting off on your fitness journey and your weight loss journey and you don't know what to eat. Eggs is a good place to start. Now, I wouldn't just stick to eggs the whole time, but early in your fitness journey, I would eat eggs. It's high in protein and doesn't have that many calories in it, and it fills you up. So, eat your eggs. Next tip is find a method of training in the gym that works for you. Everything is not going to work for everybody, right? And I think it's really important to not put yourself down or feel negatively about you see somebody doing a certain workout and you try that workout and you just hate it and it's agonizing for you. You're like, I'm not having fun. Finding a system that works for you in the gym is going to help you stay in there longer. You have to find out what works for you, but try to find the system that you enjoy because it's going to be more likely that you're going to return over and over and over again. Another tip is that I had to learn: do not drink your calories. I think I mentioned this earlier in the video with another tip, but it's the worst thing you can do, and I don't think that a lot of people realize how much calories they're consuming by drinking. I would say keep a water on you. This is my little Stanley dupe. What really changed my relationship with like drinking my calories was during 75 hard because I could only drink water. I had to drink a gallon of water a day, and at first it was terrible and it was very difficult, but as it progressed, I realized I really enjoyed it, and also that I probably was a little bit dehydrated, and a lot of times I would think that I was hungry when I really just was thirsty. So just be mindful of like what you're drinking. Even if you think you're not eating that much, you might be drinking your calories. Another tip is something that you probably hear all the time, but it's 1,000% true, is make sure you are getting enough sleep. If you are not getting sleep when you're on your weight loss and fitness journey, it's going to start showing up. You're more prone to getting sick. Sometimes it leads to you being hungrier, more moody, etc. So it's so important when you are putting so much work into what you're putting into your body with food, into what you're burning out, what the calories that you're burning in the gym. It's important to get enough rest. Your body needs to heal, right? You're doing so much work that if you are running off very little sleep, your body doesn't have enough time to recuperate. Next tip is make sure you are taking progress photos and videos. This has hands down changed the game for me, but specifically this has really helped me just track my progress, look at my form and how I'm doing, and it really is a confidence booster because I feel like when you are in your life in the day-to-day, sometimes it's hard to see all the progress you've made because you look at yourself every single day. But when you have videos and you have photos, you are like, whoa. I have literally transformed. I'm a different person. And for me, it's been just the ultimate confident booster. It's been the best affirmation, and I'm obsessed with it. And I encourage you to document your journey, to take before and after photos. And I get it. I know when I was at my heaviest, around 235 pounds, nothing in me wanted to pull out a phone or a camera, right? I felt fine when I was in clothes, but when I was, nude or in a bra and panties, I felt disgusting and I didn't want to look at myself, and that's real. But I'm so, so grateful that I documented my journey and took those photos, because now that I've lost over 40 pounds and I'm continuing to lose weight, I can see how far I've come. And I'm like, I did that. Like, no one can take that away from me. It's not easy losing weight and being consistent. Like, if it was, more people would do it. So I encourage you to document your journey, to take photos and videos of yourself, each part of the process. Don't just wait until you're at your dream body to start taking photos and videos. Another tip that I am still dealing with learning, if I'm being transparent, but it's very important, is that it is better to lose weight sustainably, meaning a little bit of weight over a period of time versus dropping 5 pounds in a week. You are more likely to remain consistent if you are slowly losing the weight than you are if you just drop it. There's a lot of fads on social media and the internet. They'll be like, drop 10 pounds in 2 weeks. All you have to do is this all liquid diet and a colon cleanse and don't eat anything. For one, that's not the healthiest way to lose weight. But say if you did do one of those fads and you do lose 8 pounds, most of it was probably water weight, right? You're basically starving yourself. So as soon as you eat again, you're gonna gain it all back. I literally have seen the scale move drastically just based on the meal I had the day before. I know it can be frustrating. You're like, oh, it's only been a week and I've only lost like 1 to 2 pounds. And it's like, but think about it. Over 4 months, 5 months, if you're losing a pound a week, that's amazing. That is amazing. And that is going to more likely stick with you than if you were to drop it rapidly doing some fad diet. Another tip is to track your calories. So this is something that I started doing when I was like telling my husband, oh, I don't even eat that bad. I don't even eat that bad. And then I started tracking it and I was like, oh, I do eat that bad. I eat worse actually than I thought I did. And it wasn't until I was able to really see what I was consuming in my body that I really started making the changes. There's multiple apps you can do. There's free ones, there's ones that pay. I use Macro Factor. You can just track your calories. I haven't started tracking for the day, but as you can see here, I'm in a calorie deficit. I'm supposed to be consuming around 1,900 calories. I do between 1,900 to 2,000. I give myself a range. It's been very helpful to see like what am I consuming and how many carbs is in this or how much fat is in this or how much protein is in it. And it definitely helped me lose the weight because I was just honest with what I was eating and I got to really see what I'm putting in my body. I hope these tips were helpful. These have been a game changer for me on my personal journey for my weight loss. So like I said, I am down 40 pounds. Feel great, but I'm not quite in my goal yet. I use these tips daily. These help me on my personal journey, and I really hope that they help you on yours. So if you're currently on a weight loss journey, if you're trying to be in the best shape in your life in 2024, these tips will help you, I promise. Just take it one day at a time. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.